We blame others for our problems. And then we say, I got to be patient and I need to change. And then I want to change and I know that I should change, but I don't have the power to change. So I go to God and I confess, Lord, here I am. Please forgive me. And God forgives me. And then I do it again. And then I go back to God, Lord, please forgive me. And then I do it again. What am I going to do? I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. My friends invited me to play golf. I know nothing about golf. Nothing, zero. I hate golf. I'm never going to go back again. I went twice in my life, and every time it was a failure, and I was embarrassed, and I promised myself I'll never go again. And so my friends invited me in Michigan to play golf. They were professionals. Me, zero. And so, okay, you see the ball, and you see the club, don't you? All I can do is fight, but I don't know how to play golf. And so they started to explain, this is how you keep your legs and how you balance, and this is how you keep your hands and your fingers, and this is how you rotate and you swing, and make sure that you don't use the whole body, and make sure that you do this and that. And they explained for half an hour, and they explained, and then I repeated, and then they explained, and I got all the theory, the whole doctrine, and they explained, and I repeated, and they explained, and I passed it, and I knew perfectly what I am supposed to do. Here. You follow me? Here. And then I watched them, and I was confident that I can do the same. And then, and I dug a deep hole in the grass. I hated myself. I was embarrassed in front of everybody. I said, I will never pray again. I will never go to church. To golf again. I said, I hate it. And they convinced me to try again. So I started to go to the prayer meeting again. And then I knew what to do, and I knew how to do it, and I tried again. When I tried again, there was a pond. Do you want to know what happened when I tried second time? This is what happened. I feel sorry for the fish in the pond. By the way, my friend told me that he has a friend who lives by the golf course, and he collects every week a bucket of balls. He doesn't even need to buy them because he finds them for free. And so I hated the game. I hated myself. I was hopeless. I said, what can I do? I know what to do. I know how to do. I cannot do. You follow me? Who is going to deliver me? In fact, my friend noticed that I am so frustrated and so sad and so upset that to make me feel good, he told me how others do the same. And he started to tell me about others. You know, so-and-so did that, so-and-so. He not only that he lost the ball, but he lost the club. I don't know if he got angry and threw it away, or he lost it because he didn't know how to hold it. But you know, that was a good day. My friend didn't find only a bucket of balls, but he found a club. That was a good day. Trying to change self, trying to get victory, going through the agony of changing your heart. Who can change a heart? You need to die. God doesn't fix. God cannot fix a broken heart. God doesn't patch a broken heart. You need to die, to be killed, and to be born again, and God doesn't fix it. To have good and bad patches. God gives you a new heart. You need to be born again. Can you born yourself again? It takes a miracle of creation. You cannot do it. You need to say, Lord, I cannot do it, but you can make me new. Please kill me and give me a new life. So, I don't understand what I do. For what I want to do, I don't do, but I do what I hate. I heard that joke. I don't know, probably you have it in English too. People that get in the mud and try to pull themselves from their own shoes. You know what I mean? To get yourself off the mud, like cat running after the tail. You cannot catch your own tail because the tail goes to the body, And you can run forever until you get discouraged. Or you don't get discouraged and leave the church. You become a Pharisee and you smile in the church and say, Happy Sabbath, how are you doing? Good, how are you doing? Good. But you're not good. And so, how do you get victory? How do you change your heart? Can you change your heart? Stop trying. You cannot change your heart. The greater the distance between you and Christ, the more you don't understand how you are. And the more you think you are okay. But those who are near to Jesus, they understand that they cannot do it. And their only hope is in the merits of the crucified and risen Savior. So let's repeat. Number one, what do you need to do? Confess. How do you do that? You don't know how you are unless you look to Christ. When you see Him and His righteousness and His death on the cross for you, compared to Him, you understand how you are. So number one, to confess, you must behold Christ on the cross. You follow me? There is no confession without seeing Christ. If you see self or you see others, there is no confession. I remember playing ping pong. And I'm not good in ping pong, but I like ping pong. And I was in Andrews, and I was bragging, man, I play ping pong with my buddies. And the classmate says, okay, let's have a game. And in my mind, I'm going to terminate you. I'm going to teach you ping pong. I didn't know that he played in the, I don't know how you call it, the tournament. And he got at level 7 or whatever. So I played a game, and he killed me every time. I was like, whoa. And I said, you probably play professional ping pong, yeah? Tournament. What level? He said 7. And I said, 7? How many levels? And he told me like 10 or something. I don't remember. And I said, and you are so good. And he says, I'm garbage. If I play with number 5 level, they kill me, they murder me. And if they play with number 1, they get murdered. And I said to myself, how low can I be if he's 7 and he beats me so bad? When we compare ourselves with people, we still are not good. Moreover, if we compare ourselves with Jesus, in order to understand how you are, you need to put your eyes on Jesus. And as you see Him, it leads you to feel how you are, and you confess. Well, let's move on. The heart is deceitful. By the way, the Bible says, cursed is the man who trusts in men. You or somebody else, regardless. But we look to Him. We behold Him like in a mirror. And we are transformed from grace to grace into His image by beholding. Ellen White says that we are transformed, changed by beholding. You need to put your eyes on Him. I remember when I was a kid, I was small, 2-3 years old, and I was afraid of darkness. And I told my dad, I cannot sleep, I'm afraid of darkness. He says, get it out of the room. I said, how? And he gave me a spoon. I opened the window, and I started to get the darkness out of the room at 2 years old. And I said, it doesn't work. And he says, you don't get the darkness out of the room with a spoon. You get the darkness out of the room with a light. And he gave me a little watch light that you put in the outlet, a little light. And instantly I was not afraid anymore. You don't get darkness out of your life with a spoon trying hard. You get darkness out of your life by inviting the light in your life. And so, this is the covenant that I will make with them. Listen, folks, we say the covenant is only the 10 Commandments. The covenant is a lot more than the 10 Commandments. When God gave them covenant, God gave them the 10 Commandments, but then He said, this is my covenant. I will give you this law. I am going to put it in your heart. You cannot do that. I'm going to put it in your mind. You cannot put the law, write it in your heart. How do you do that? I'm going to give you a new heart. Take the stony one and give you a flesh one. I'm going to give you a country that is not yours. I'm going to give you victory over armies that are greater than your army. I'm going to give you gardens that you didn't plant. I'm going to give you homes that you didn't build. I will do all of this for you. You cannot do any of it. Why do we keep trying to do it? God says, I will do it for you. And what should you do? You shall be His people. In the Hebrew, when God gives them the covenant, He says, if you allow me to be your God, I will do these things for you, but you shall have no other gods. And every time we try to do something different, we have other gods. We trust self instead of trusting God. We worship self or others. Only God can do it. That's what God told Nicodemus. And so my friends told me, you actually can hit the ball. I said, no, I give up. I'm going to give up all this baloney, all this theory. Nothing works. Look to the church. Nobody plays golf well. And my friend said, we know the problem. I said, no, it's just theory. It doesn't really work. And my friend said, you don't keep your eyes on the ball. I said, yes, I do. No, you don't. Yes, I do. Do it again. And I did it again. And they said, you see, your eyes are there on the pond, on the forest. Your eyes, you need to keep your eyes on the ball. I said, what's the point to look here when I need to hit there? I need to keep my eyes there. You keep your eyes on the problem instead of keeping your eyes on the ball. You keep your eyes on self. You keep your eyes on sin. You keep your eyes on problems. Take your eyes off the pond. Keep your eyes on the ball. Like Peter, when he took his eyes off Jesus, he went down. Keep your eyes on the ball. If they kept their eyes fixed on Jesus, leading them, they were safe. Every time you don't feel safe, it means you took your eyes off Jesus. People wonder, what can I do? To confess, you need to see Jesus. To believe, you need to see Jesus. To get victory, you need to see Jesus. So in every single step in the Christian life, continually, daily, as soon as you disconnect, you are done. John 15, I am the vine, you are the branches. Disconnected from me, you can do how much? How much is nothing? How much is nothing? Then why do you keep trying? If you can do literally nothing, why do you keep trying to do something? Shouldn't we try to stay connected 24/7 continually every second? Shouldn't we understand that as soon as we disconnect, we fail? What if Christians were connected to Jesus like Abraham, like Moses, continually? Can you imagine Jesus living in us that way? And so, that's the reason we are changed by beholding at the foot of the cross, by beholding his character. Without human effort, without even knowing, we are changed from glory to glory into his image as we behold. That's the reason God gave you Sabbath. Not that you don't work. Lazy people never work and they are not holy yet. God gave you Sabbath that you meet him, and being in his presence without you making effort or knowing, you are transformed like him. Wherever he is, he makes it holy. When he made Moses, he says, take your shoes off because this ground is holy. That ground is not holy. You can go there today. I promise you, it's not holy. God's presence made it holy. They built a sanctuary. The sanctuary was construction site. When God's presence came, they had to go out because their place became holy. God's presence makes it holy. Sabbath doesn't have 25 hours. It still has 24 hours like any other day. God's presence makes it holy. God's presence makes you holy. That's what you need to do. Instead of trying to be holy, you should try to get God's presence every second. And so, sin, taking opportunity by the commandment, producing me all manner of evil desires. Who produced the commandments or sin? Read carefully. Who produced it? Because people say the law. Sin produced in me. Because, listen, when Gabe, our oldest son, was small, he would want to touch the fireplace. Oh, it looks so nice when it's red. Don't touch the fireplace. When you tell the kid, don't touch, guess what the kid wants to do? As soon as I turn my head, I look, I said, didn't I tell you? I was curious. Our dogs, Prada and Celine, I give them the same food in same plates, same amount. Prada goes to Celine's food and Celine goes to Prada. Come on. When I was a kid, my grandma had a cherry tree, the neighbor had a cherry tree. I would jump the fence and eat cherries from the neighbors because it was better. It was the same cherries. Why do we do that? Because my grandma told me, don't go to the neighbor cherry tree. It's not nice. It's not you. That's stealing. Imagine when she said, don't go. My mind was, that's where I go. Because we people are so curious and never satisfied, and we always want more, and we don't understand that more doesn't mean better. Jesus means Jesus satisfies. When you have Jesus, you have enough. Otherwise, you never have enough. So we keep fighting and trying and fighting. And you know what it means to fight sin? This is what it means to fight sin. I'm going to show you what it means to fight sin. Should I? Why not? Oh, come on. Are you happy if I do it? To fight sin is to try to shake a can, open it, and then try to control it. You should not even you should not even take it in your hand. You should basically put your eyes on Christ, because Christ and Satan don't live in the same apartment. They don't like each other. When Christ comes in, Satan goes out. You don't have to deal with it. He goes out by himself. In fact, he runs. And we try to control the can instead of trying to invite Jesus. Just doesn't